And then وَالصَّاحِبِ بِالْجَنْبِ وَابْنِ السَّبِيلِ, and the ones who are strangers. So deal kindly and nicely with strangers. And deal kindly with those who are travelers. Because the travelers, even today, they can get into a lot of trouble even if they are rich. And you need to deal kindly with them, but kindly with them anyways. In the older societies, people always used to say throughout the world, stranger, what can I do for you? Welcome, stranger. Welcome ye here in Texas, right? Or some other places. وَمَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُهُمْ, and deal kindly and nicely even with your slaves. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ مَنْ كَانَ مُخْتَالًا فَخُورًا. Indeed, God does not love the arrogant and the boastful. In earlier ayahs, the Quran addressing the Prophet, peace be upon him, says, أَرَأَيْتَ الَّذِي يُكَذِّبُ بِالدِّينِ. Do you pay attention to those who deny the last day? It's a very fundamental concept, that if you think you can get away with things here, and most people, apparently many people anyways do, you must believe that there is an accountability. You are not ultimately getting away with anything. And that accountability is surely and definitely to come. The Arabs didn't believe in this. In fact, it was minimized even in the teachings of the Israelites. The Christians had a good concept of this. But in Islam, it is emphasized all the time right next to the belief in God. The accountability, accountability, accountability. So it says, those who deny the day of accountability, they are the ones, فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدْعُونَ الْيَتِيمَ, they are the ones who push away the orphans. وَلَا يَحُضُّ عَلَىٰ طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ, and they do not urge others to feed the destitute. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. So even the ones who pray, woe to them who pray, who are slack, careless, even in their prayer. They're not concentrating, they're not benefiting from the prayer. الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ, they're the ones who are doing it just for show purposes. وَيَمْنَعُونَ الْمَاعُونَ, very interesting word. The common courtesies, saying just hello to people, opening the doors, being nice, little things. Can I have a cup of sugar? Yes, here. Small, little courtesies, common courtesies is the best translation of this. They actually prevent people from doing the common courtesies. Another place where this same kind of emphasis is there, and I'm just selecting because we don't have time for the whole thing. Whatever is given to you, the Quran says, فَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِّن شَيْءٍ فَمَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. Whatever is given to you is nothing but a provision for the life of this world. Whatever is given to you is nothing but a provision for the life of this world. And the word dunya that is used, the word that we pronounce, it's something very low. Something that actually also has accountability. It's a loan, but it is not very high. It's a low thing. And it is simply provisions. There is nothing lasting value in it. فَمَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ. And what is with God is better. وَأَبْقَى, and will last a long, long time. But for whom? لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. For those who believe, وَعَلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ, and trust in their Lord. And who else are these people? وَالَّذِينَ يَجْتَنِبُونَ كَبَائِرَ الْإِثْمِ. They are the ones who avoid major sins. Not all sins, because humans are humans. So if you try, you can surely able to avoid major sins. وَالْفَوَاحِشِ, and the indecencies. Now, we'll come to that. وَإِذَا مَا غَضِبُوهُمْ يَغْفِرُونَ. And when they are angered, they forgive the ones who anger them. Because when you are angry, that is when you cannot think straight. So you must restrain yourself, slow down, think about it, don't overreact, and forgive whoever angered you. Do not retaliate. The thing about the major sins and the major indecencies, the scholars say that it's easy to think of the sins in the following way. The sins of the head, the thinking, the mind. And those sins have to do with whether you believe in one God. The shirk, associating others with God, is the ultimate of those sins. And then there are sins committed by the rest of your organs, with the exception of between the navel and the knees. And those are just called ithm, okay? The sins. And then fawahish are those sins that are committed by the part of your body between the navel and the knees. And that is called fawahish. So it keeps to make sure that you realize some of them are much more harmful and have more lasting effect than the others. And then it says, and they are also the people, istajabu li rabbihim, who respond to their Lord. Because the Lord is always calling us, either through revelation or through our consciousness. وَالَّذِينَ اسْتَجَابُوا لِرَبِّهِمْ, and they are the ones who respond to their Lord. وَأَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةَ, and establish regular prayer. Not the supplication, which you can do all the time, but the ritual prayer, who keep you in constant touch with God in a disciplined manner, so you don't forget it. وَأَمْرُهُمْ شُورَى بَيْنَهُمْ, and their way of doing things is to consult with each other. It's a very important concept that says, if you have a problem, talk it through. And groups should talk about things. What things? أَمْرُهُمْ, whatever their affairs are. وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, another very important thing. And they give, they spend out of what we give them on others, not on themselves. Okay? And also, وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَهُمُ الْبَغْيُ هُمْ يَنْتَصِرُونَ. They do seek help when they are under attack. So it is permissible to ask other people for help when you are under attack. But still, it continues, وَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٍ سَيِّئَةٌ مِثْلُهَا. But a recompense, a retaliation, if you wish, of a harm is a harm only of the same magnitude and the same type. Not more. You cannot kill 10 people because one of your people have been killed. You cannot kill people even unknown who have not done anything. If someone does something, the entire group is not responsible. If someone hits you on the face, the most you can do is hit him back. The most. And still it says, فَمَنْ عَفَا. But even then, who forgives, وَأَصْلَحَ, and brings about a correction of the issue. What is it that led to this? Let's figure it out. وَأَصْلَحَ, and you bring about peace. You bring about correction. You bring about a reconciliation. You bring about the thing that leads to understanding and peace. So whoever forgives and أصلح فأجره على الله, that person's reward is the responsibility on God. He takes it himself. It is فَأَجْرُهُ عَلَى اللَّهِ, rewarding for him is from God. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الظَّالِمِينَ. God indeed does not love those who transgress and do more. So brothers and sisters, the purpose of the prophets was to bring about and restore the equality and brotherhood among all people in our societies, and to do it in a way where people voluntarily do it. Each person should feel compelled to do it. So each person has to rise to a level where you reform yourself, you make yourself a person of faith, you make yourself less arrogant, you make yourself those who think of others before you think of yourself, who don't consider their wealth as their personal property, but something that God has given them in which the others have a rightful share. And Quran explicitly uses these words. And then the whole society benefits, the individual benefits, and each individual is not threatening to the others, to the neighbors. And as you can see, this is a widening circle. It starts with you and goes to your relatives, and it goes to your neighbors, and it goes to your faraway neighbors, and it goes to the society, and it keeps on going. And that is ultimately how the religion of God is brought into the life of the people. If any reformation happens in the way we rule, which is the science of power, and powers are problematic to control, and the people who are given power are, by the very nature of power, corrupted. And therefore, if we don't get the society to get themselves clean and each individual, we end up having people who are not from among us. And who are not from among us, they will be arrogant and corrupted, and therefore the government, the rulers, the leaders will be corrupt. They are corrupt because we have not done our job. And if we do this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises deliverance and good life in the hereafter, which is eternal. بارك الله ولكم في القرآن العظيم ونفعنا وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم إنه تعالى جواد كريم ولكم رب الرحيم.